Hey guys, what's up? This is JT. Welcome to a new type of video for my channel. Instead of playing games today, we're going to look at a little bit of work that I've been working on, that I've been doing. So I've started studying web development, as some of you may know, and here's what I've come across is this is my landing page for my development portion of my own website. Which is not live yet. My main website is not done. I've started working on stuff for other people before I got my own website done. But at any rate, here's what I ran into. I needed a sticky footer for this, so that when I loaded the page full screen, the footer went to the bottom of the window rather than sitting up here and having a big space down here. Well, there's a couple problems with a traditional sticky footer that I found. Is one, it's designed only for loading a short content page in a bigger window. If you load it into a smaller window, it keeps the footer at the bottom of this when it loads. But then if you scroll, you have a problem. The problem with this is there's only one way to fix it, and that's to move your bottom of your window back down below your content. Well, if you're trying to do other stuff, with your developer tools, or if you've got other windows open and you need the space on your screen down here for other stuff, and you need a shorter window, then you have a problem with your content displaying like this. So I've come up with a solution for this. It actually came about in two stages. For one, I found a code that will allow me to be able to, when the page loads, it'll do this, right? So now actually let me show you this. If I refresh the page, okay, then I hit F5 to refresh there instead of clicking the button, but it's loaded with the footer at the bottom of the content rather than up here. Now, when I first did this, I still had a problem where if I resized the window, it would still put the content up, the footer up here in the middle of the content, and when I scrolled it wouldn't work. But at least when I loaded the page, it would pick one and do it. See, with the regular sticky footer, if you start with a window up here and I hit F5 to refresh, and it's like it just loaded the page. Let me do it again because I just moved the bottom. If I scroll, it still does the same thing as it was doing before. But with this code, the first step I took, I figured out how to get it to do it on page load, where if the page loaded up here and I hit F5 to refresh, it stuck the footer down here where it belonged, below the content, and I could scroll and the page looked normal and all was fine and well. The problem was when I resized, it didn't do it. So I found a solution for that, and that's actually been applied to this page already, but I'm going to show you that code here right now. And this is going to be available on GitHub. There'll be a link to that in the video description as soon as I get that ready and uploaded and all that stuff. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I will do that before this video publishes. So I've written out a little description here of what it does, the problem with the sticky footer, and how the script works. So basically, this was the part that I came up with first. This runs just when the page loads. You have to put your little script tag in your HTML to point at this script file, and then include this in your JS folder in your stuff. So basically, this uses the body and the footer tags of HTML5. Well, technically, I guess you don't need a footer tag. You can just, I'm using a footer ID on a footer tag because get element by ID is more commonly used than get elements by tag name. But I guess I could have ID'd the body tag, but I didn't. I just tagged it, so that's why the body has a get elements by tag name instead of get elements by ID. So I've got two variables here. One, the p element or p variable is for it gets the page height. That's what this little statement here does. And then the variable w is for your window height or your browser height, the inside part that the page displays on. So then it compares the two, and if the page height is less than the window height, it does what a normal sticky footer does, and it gives your footer a style or position of absolute. And in my CSS I've also got the bottom attribute set to 0 for the footer ID. So that between that and your style position being absolute, that makes your footer sticky in the traditional sense. But the alternative here is if this does not test true, if your window is actually smaller than your page, then it just sets that position attribute to initial, which is basically nothing. It just it sets it to a default of static, basically. And I guess I could have used static there or whatever, but it doesn't matter. But then the problem was it didn't work if I resized the window, which is what I was explaining a minute ago. So what I figured out I could do was add this window.onResize and then put this inside of a function, so that if I resize the window, then it would run this stuff. And there may be, if you're a more experienced developer, you probably know of a better way, or more simplified way, I guess, to code this rather than repeating the code. But this is what I figured out. I had a little bit of input help from one of my buddies, Kraken. And if you've watched my other videos, some of them you'll know who he is. But he helped me out a little bit trying to figure this out. He didn't quite get me to where I got with this, though. Just so I just want to clarify, I'm not stealing this from him. He gave me some pointers as far as figuring out how to get these things specified as variables. That's what he helped me with. As far as getting the function to work the way I wanted it to work, this is something that I figured out. Like I said, and the reason I'm explaining that is because I don't want you to, since I'm naming him as the person who helped me, I don't want you to think that he gave me this, and since there's problems with it, that it's his fault. That's what I'm saying. If there's issues with the way this code is put together, that's on me, not him. But he did help me, and I wanted to give him credit for that. So that's what I'm trying to say there. But anyway, yeah, feel free to use this. If you figure out a better way to do it, by all means, do so. Let me know if you do. There's things on GitHub you can, I forget what it's called, requesting a pull or something. If you come up with a modification to this that works better, or does the same thing with less lines of code. I know we want to be as efficient as possible with code so things work better. But yeah, so this is basically my first functional JavaScript that I have come up with, as a new developer in training. Now my training is being between watching video tutorials and w3schools.com, and bouncing my thoughts and questions off of a couple of my associates, Kraken being one of them. So just wanted to throw this out here for you, and I hope you learned something. I hope you find it useful, and enjoy using the SuperStickyFooter. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel if you like my other videos, or you would like to see more of these, and leave me a comment and let me know. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.